Why do you think guys are afraid to approach girls in public?
Not too long ago, men used to pursue women.
Are you scared to ask a woman out in public?
What are you wanting the girls to bring to the table?
They are not looking for a modern woman. They want a traditional woman.
See, this is a prime example. Men don't feel comfortable approaching you anymore because they get called out for being creeps. He didn't do it the right way. He didn't tickle me in the right capacity. And now you got to come to Ben's comment section and unload on this poor guy.
Single men do not approach women in the wild.
Dating in your 40s, it's really hard.
If you want to know why men don't approach you in real life, I'm going to share exactly why that is.
Okay, reason why women over 40 can't find a man because they're stuck in their ways.
This is why men don't pursue women anymore. Because so many men are on dating apps nowadays, it has given them this illusion of an unlimited choice in women. So when men go out to bars or restaurants, they are not pursuing women anymore because they know that when they go home, they will have the backup of the dating app.
So why do men not approach you? Rule number one, you gotta look available. But rule number two, you better smell good. That's why you need a matchmaker. More importantly, you have to let them in, and it's usually an energetic problem where you are angry, mad, frowning, dismissive, crossing your arms. You gotta be like this girl and smell good.
I want to be approached. I definitely want to be approached. I would love nothing more than a guy to approach me, to have the balls to come up and say, hey, how are you?
Why do you think guys are afraid to approach girls in public?
Maybe insecurity, or maybe wondering if they're taken already or something like that.
Very shy and afraid of getting rejected.
Over 50% of men haven't approached a woman in the last year. Is that surprising to you?
Yes, that's really surprising.
What would you say to a guy if he is too nervous or too shy to approach a girl?
I guess I never thought about it.
Fuck it. The worst thing they're gonna say is no. Just move on, go to the next girl.
I overheard a conversation last night. It was a group of 4 girls at dinner, and one girl was telling her friends about her new fling. She described it as a casual hookup type thing, but claimed he was super respectful, despite not wanting to commit. Her friend then asked why he was so scared to commit, and this was the moment that I had to physically restrain myself. Here's a shocker, girls. Men aren't scared of you. This guy's basically at an all-you-can-eat buffet, minus the fee. He has it made. If you want him to look at you as girlfriend material, start carrying yourself as that, because hookups won't make him love you.
He is not scared, and he isn't insecure. He will lose everything in marriage. After a divorce, it's alimony, child support, loses kids and house, and half of assets. Date, but don't marry. Facts. Why on earth would a guy commit to someone willing to give away her most prized possession? I'm not scared of bears, but that doesn't mean I want to marry one. This is a prime example of the cat doesn't mean anything. A lot of women think they can just sleep their way through and get a guy to commit, but that never works. Why would he commit to you when you've been allowing him to smash all this time? Why is she even trying to get promoted from hookup chick to wife after all this time? What a joke.
I witnessed this girl earlier this week approach a man with the most confidence I have ever seen. She went up to him and she said, "Hey, I need to know your name, and I think that you think you need to know my name too." They hit it off, they exchanged numbers. It worked beautifully, and I was honestly like, that's confidence goals right there. And I'm just gonna put that little pickup line in my back pocket for later.
I always say a woman's success rate with approaching a man, as long as he's single, 99%. She is going to get his name and number. But a man's experience is very different. He, unfortunately, will be rejected most of the time. And on top of that, unfortunately, rejection nowadays can be somewhat brutal, especially if she ends up labeling him a creep. So think about it. If a woman is the deciding factor on a successful approach, why don't women do it more? And look, even if it doesn't result in them being together and dating, that man is going to remember her forever. And it is going to be a story that that man is telling for the rest of his life. Trust me.
Can confirm. A woman wrote me a note and passed it to me at work, asking me on a date. Been together 18 years now.
How do you approach a guy that you're interested in?
Honestly, I don't. I mean, I'm kind of just like, you gotta approach me first. In my head, if it's not gonna fall into my lap, it's not meant to happen.
So it should be easy for you.
Yeah.
Do you think it's that easy for men?
No, because they're the ones expected to approach the woman.
Why do you think that is?
Just society. you know, how like the man's role through society, which like it doesn't always have to be like that. It's just really like what you prefer. And I feel like me personally, like that's what I prefer.
He's supposed to be the protector. He's supposed to approach. He's supposed to pay for 95% of all dates, right?
It depends, but I mean, it really just depends in my opinion.
Now watch this man explain his experience approaching a woman.
Last weekend I went to this bar and I approached this girl that was with her friend. I thought she was really cute and I thought I would go over and say hi. As soon as I went up to her, she gave me the dirtiest fucking look any girl's ever given me. I was like, what the hell? And she was like, no. And I was like, I just walked away. But that right there is why so many guys are afraid of approaching women. That's literally the reason why a lot of guys don't do it.
Walking up to others to chat is how we used to meet people, even if it didn't turn out to be a match. How we met friends. Sadly, not the case anymore. Honestly, that woman did him a favor. She can keep that nasty attitude to herself. What type of guy who would want to deal with that anyway?
I've always been the type of girl who approaches a guy I am interested in first. I personally feel like guys appreciate it more when girls do the approaching instead of it having to be the guy who does the approaching. Let's not forget that there's a thing called gwababa. So even if a guy wants to come and talk to you, he's probably not because gwababa is gonna stop him. So if we as girls learn to do the approaching, reduce the weight that guys feel when coming to approaching us.
Okay, reason why women over 40 can't find a man because they're stuck in their ways. Because some other man treat them bad and ruin their mind mentally. And mentally, she hasn't decluttered from what the other man did. And a lot of the women they're delusional. They have unrealistic expectation, thinking somebody going to come and save them. A lot of women, they can't change because mentally they all of a sudden they know they work, but they didn't know they worked 10 years ago. And a lot of them thinking that they could pull a man that they could pull when they were younger. And it's just not that case. Unrealistic. Some of them are very unrealistic and delusional. And a lot of these women that's delusional, they don't look good. They simply don't look good. They're unable to pull the men that they want to pull. A lot of them had let themselves go. Talking to some of those women in their 40s, talking to a doorknob.
Looking under hashtag sex strike is a total white pill. Like, yes, slay, queen, abstinence. If you need abortion, if you're gonna get pregnant, then don't have sex. Like, yes, please do that. I mean, honestly.
One's for all the dudes that complain that they just don't want to approach women anymore because they think they're gonna be slapped with sexual harassment. Guys, you are making a mountain out of a molehill. You understand that that is worst possible case scenario. And the likelihood of it actually happening is very, very, very slim. What's more likely to happen is that if you approach a woman and she is just not interested for whatever reason, which could be one of many reasons, mind you, she will likely just politely let you down easy. In my professional opinion, that's worth taking the 5 seconds out of your day to go up to the woman that you're interested in and say hello. Being all angry, butthurt in the comments, and just swearing off women and dating altogether is not helping you. It's only making your mental health worse.
Why is it assumed that most men are scared to approach women? Most of us aren't scared. We are just fed up with the entitled, toxic feminist attitude. Actually, my mental health is so much more improved since ditching the idea of getting into a relationship. Life is simpler and calmer, better to be alone, and not living with the fear of one day end up in jail. We understand that only 1 in 10 women will do something awful to us. Unfortunately, we have no idea which one woman it is, so we act accordingly. It's never because of their nasty attitude. It's always because that men are afraid to approach. They never think to themselves, maybe if I just act like a woman, I would get more men to approach me. And I'm pretty sure most men who are choosing not to approach women have less stress and less mental stress to worry about.
More and more men are single because they want to be single, because they've built up their lives. They like their day-to-day routine. They buy what they want and can afford. They spend time on whatever hobby they enjoy. But what they don't want is making the mistake of sacrificing those things for something less than what they already have. And I get it. We've heard that women are raising their standards, but ladies, men are too.
Are you approaching girls at a bar?
Me?
Who, me?
Who, me? I'm too nervous. I just wait in the corner and sip my drink and be mysterious.
I honestly find that guys aren't approaching girls at the bar anymore.
Weirdly enough, yeah, me neither. I usually would hear like my friends like be like, "Oh my god, like, I'm gonna go up to that girl." I'm like, "Okay, cool." No one really does.
It's like one of your friends said it to me recently. So another guy I know said it to me, and I'm like, "You're all very attractive men," and they're like, "I am like terrified. I'm anxious," and then I'm like, "You don't even have to be anxious because you're so attractive. They're coming up to you. Like that's why."
Yeah.
So it's been brought to my attention that men no longer want to come up to women anymore due to sex allegations, women being just so rude and disrespectful, and rejection. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know men didn't want to come up to women anymore. I'm barely finding this out. Why do women choose to cuss guys out when they come up to them and approach them? I have no idea. I apologize for that. But there's just too many fine men. And if it takes me, the women, having to come up to you guys and shooting my shot, saying what's up, being the big stepper, then I'll just have to do that. And I'm going to just start coming up to you guys and shooting out compliments and see where it takes me. So if I start coming up to y'all in the grocery store and I say, "Excuse me, sir, you are just so sexy," I want a response. Okay, I don't want none of that shy stuff.
That's correct. No man wants to deal with false allegations for approaching a woman. All this is telling you, fellas, is just to focus on yourself and better yourself every day. The day will come when they will come crawling back. You do not have time to waste on women. You will always be a prize as long as you improve on yourself. If you waste your time chasing women, you will regret it for the rest of your life.
What do you bring to the table? So the question I have is for men. What are you wanting the girls to bring to the table? There's been a ton of guys in some of the comments on my previous posts throwing out, well, what do the women bring to the table? What do they do? What are they going to bring to the table? You guys expect so much from men. I'm going to throw it back to the men. What are you wanting the woman to bring to the table? Are you wanting 50-50 as far as paying for household bills or providing for the family? Are you wanting 50-50 and taking care of the kids? What are the things you're looking for your partner to bring to the table when you throw out big comments like that? It doesn't seem like that hard of a question or thing to think through, but I want to know, what are you wanting the woman to bring to the table? Let me know.
I don't know who needs to hear this morning, but this is your sign to go be a hoe, okay? It's hoe summer, hoe it up, do it up, and if you need any advice from a former hoe, hit a hoe up.
And then they wonder why men today won't marry them. They just want to give all the bad boys the goodies, and then later on in life, give the nice guys the leftovers. And this is a woman who looks like she's in her 50s. She should be married. She must still think she got time. Oh, my apologies. I forget sometimes some of them are still in Delulu land.
Men need to toughen up, and I think if men were forced to be homeless, they would learn how to be better men.
Say what?
Because that's what made men manly in the past, was having to build houses and stuff.
And stuff. Yeah, that's not what made men manly.
If we just made men be homeless for like a year, I think it would fix a lot of problems.
That would
in
be
society.
so good, especially because we don't force men to do military anymore like they used to. They make them homeless for a year. Let's see how they fucking
make them just figure it out.
What? No, they can't be serious.
And make them homeless in a country where they don't know the language, and that way they really have to go through something, and then maybe they can like
be appreciative.
Wait, so what if we apply that same logic to women to toughen them up a little bit and give them a good dose of the reality that they actually live in? You know, take their rights away for a year so they can actually understand how not oppressed they really are in this country. Oh, wait, that probably wouldn't go over very well, would it? No. But then again, hearing stuff like this come out of some women's mouths does make me really appreciate how some can actually perceive women as illogical and irrational.
These women are just simply crazy. They just really enjoy seeing the suffering and struggles of men. And even if they did send men to another country, they would just become passport bros. There's definitely better women over there than the West. I really wonder what possessed them to say that. They might not be aware of this, but men have pretty much built the world that they're living in. These podcasts needs to get shut down.
Not too long ago, men used to pursue women and 100% pursue them. Not talking about that little dog chase for a while, little mind games, little on and off. Actually pursue them, actually take them on dates, actually meet their parents before talking to their daughter that they wanted to go out with them. Men had to prove that they can take care of a household, run a family as a provider in order to actually have a woman, in order to actually have a kid. And also, it's the fact that other countries on the other side of the world are still doing this. And in our society, we're literally giving it away like free candy on Halloween. I know that sounds harsh, but it's true. It's just so easy to get it nowadays. It's the reason there's no more courting.
Men used to pursue women because it was worth it. Comparing what men have now versus back then, the safest way to play it is just to stay single. Now, if a guy is not making 100K a month, he can't even get a date. It's just crazy out here.
Question, do y'all boys actually ask someone to be your girlfriend anymore? You don't even have to buy anything. I don't think y'all realize how easy it is to make us happy.
Has this chick been in a coma for the past 6 fucking years?
That's correct.